Hello everyone! So learning to sew and alter your own clothes, it's a bit of a journey. Like, it takes time, but it is so worth it because once you know how to alter clothes to fit you, it is a skill that will help you for life. It will make the shopping process for you a lot easier because you will see the potential of an item rather than get upset that nothing fits you. Now, everyone's journey is going to look a bit different, but these are just 5 things that I wish I knew when I started altering clothes. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is learn to assess fit. You're gonna have a hard time altering your clothes if you don't know what exactly to alter and where. And I don't just mean, looking at yourself in the mirror and intuitively saying, oh, like this outfit doesn't look good, or yeah, this one looks good. No. You need to be able to be specific and say, this outfit doesn't look good because the shoulders are too wide and the sleeves flare out. And I actually do have a video on how to fix it if your shoulders are too wide and the sleeves flare out, and I've linked that up here. If you want more detailed tutorials on how to actually assess fit of your clothes, then let me know in the comments and I will make a video about it. Alright, so now that you know how clothes should fit you, it's time to start picking up your sewing skills. In the beginning, you are going to make mistakes. Like, it's just going to happen. I still make mistakes. So start with easier transformations so that you're easier on yourself, and start with clothes that you don't care that much about. So if you ruin them, it's not a huge deal. When I first started out, I didn't even sew anything. I did no-sew t-shirt transformations. And I've actually linked my playlist of no-sew t-shirt transformations up here. It's a great way to just get used to cutting clothes. Then once you're ready to graduate from t-shirt transformations, you can move on to hand sewing. And I'm talking very simple hand sew tutorials, like just making your jeans a bit shorter. Like, that's not too hard. Versus, completely altering or trying to create a new clothing item. So I've linked some easy alterations up here as well. Once you've got the no-sew transformations down and you've got the beginner hand sewing alterations, then finally you can graduate to using a sewing machine. A sewing machine can be intimidating, and especially if you're trying to do something that's a little too challenging for your skills, build up your skills in the beginning with clothes you don't care all too much about, so that when you want to alter clothes you care about, you are ready. The next thing I would tell myself is foresight is so much better than hindsight. So when buying clothes, buy them to fit your biggest body part. For example, for me, my waist is pretty wide and my hips are narrow. So when I buy jeans, I can either get jeans that are too tight on my waist but fit my hips and my legs, or they fit my waist but they're too loose on my hips and legs. Which pair of jeans do you think I should buy? Okay, so the correct answer is the jeans that fit my waist and are too loose on my hips and legs. And the reason is, it's easier to bring something in when you sew than it is to expand something. When in doubt, buy it to fit your biggest body part and then bring the rest in. Then, especially for beginners, I suggest that you get the inside out and pin method down. If you're like, what is that? Well, it's just a name that I came up with on my own. But basically, you wear your clothing inside out, then you put pins wherever you want to bring it in. It's more intuitive because you can see in the mirror how it would look. And you can mark where all the pins are with chalk, then take off the pins and take off the item. And then you have all these guidelines of where the chalk was. And that guideline is roughly where you should sew. So I use this on almost every single alteration I do. It skips the complicated math and it's much more intuitive because you're trying on the clothes often in between each step. Let me know if you want a detailed tutorial on this, and I will make a video just about that. Finally, my last and perhaps most important tip is to try on your clothes as often as possible in the sewing process. Like, there's never too much, because it's really easy to bring something in too much by accident, and then now if you've already sewn it and cut off the excess, it's hard to go back. For example, I can measure that, okay, like my waist is 28 inches and my jeans waist is 32 inches, so I need to bring in 4 inches total, which is 2 inches on each side. Like, I can do all of that in my head, and then once I do it, my jeans may still not fit. Save yourself that time and that energy, and before you sew, before you cut anything, put pins on it and try it on while it's inside out. Make sure it fits how you would want. And then only if you're happy with it, and only if you're happy with it, you can actually take it off and have the green light to sew. And if it's too hard for you to get on your clothes with pins, what I actually do is I use safety pins. That makes it easier to get the clothes on, and it's, much more safer too. Alright, so that's it. That's kind of a roadmap of what you should do first if you're considering learning how to sew your clothes and alter your own clothes. And seriously, it is a skill that will help you for life, whether it's just cleaning up the rips in your clothes, or making something fit you right, or even making something from scratch. And I have linked a bunch of helpful beginner tutorials for you up here, so make sure to check that out. Like if you like this video, subscribe if you want more do-it-yourself fashion and tips, and I will see you next time. Bye!